It's Week 10 of the NFL, and our focus is on George Pickens. He's going to be a busy man in the passing game. It's the Blues and the Orbits, next on EA Sports.
Welcome in, everyone, to this presentation of the National Football League on EA Sports. Thanks for having us in. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson on hand. Greg, you get to a game like this and you love the matchup because as we watch and get ready, you just watch the highlight after highlight of the ball in the air, down the field. We got two big-arm quarterbacks going head-to-head here in this one.
And if you love offensive football and you love high-level quarterback play, we've got a matchup that I think you're going to be pretty excited to sit down and take in alongside us because every blade of grass is an opportunity to deliver the ball. And the amount of pressure on these defenses to defend the entire field knowing there is no...
Here now, Legaue to get us started. And off we go here on EA Sports. This taken at the 5. Whoa. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. So the visitors ready to go on offense here for the first time. And they're led by the #1 overall pick in 2021. National champion at LSU, it's Joe Burrow.
Here we have a guy, Mike, just really coming off a tremendous outing last week. It seemed like everything was working for him in that win. The early rhythm he was able to establish, he rode that to the final whistle. They had an answer for everything the defense threw at him, and if he continues to stay one step ahead and continues to protect the ball at this rate, this is going to be a hard group to beat. Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
Only a couple on that one. It'll set up third down. Burrow to throw. It's out wide. They're trying the tight end screen. And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's fourth down. The Orbits about to send this punt into orbit. Back deep, Khalif Raymond. And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. This crowd ready in anticipation, their offense taking the field for the first time. #1 overall pick in 2016 leads him out, Greg. It's quarterback Jared Goff.
There's really no way around it, Mike. I mean, let's just call it what it is. This has been a disastrous start to their season thus far. I mean, they desperately need to get a win and change some of the energy in that building because I can assure you, I've been there before. As these losses stack up, every day becomes more and more of a drag. And then all of a sudden you get that one big win and the spirits of the building just change overnight. They need that. Can today be that spark? Because if not, they're in for a long season.
And a good job rallying to the football. Hold them just a gain of a yard and sets up third down. Here's Goff. And this drive is over before it can start. He's swallowed up to force fourth down.
I'll tell you what, if the offensive linemen had the same level of fight and effort that the quarterback did, they wouldn't be in this situation. It's a shame because that individual effort went a long way towards extending that play, and it still ended up resulting in a sack.
On fourth down, here comes Jack Fox to kick it away, as he'll have to hit it from his own end zone. But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. The Orbits offense and Joe Burrow set to take over again. And he is right up there in touchdown passes, as you see on that graphic. Currently second in the NFL at this point in the season. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
This is already a little better than the first time they had the ball, Mike. Remember, opening possession, 3 and out. Showing some signs of life here now. Nice pick up there by the back to pick up the first down.
That's taken in. It's James Cook. And he's into the end zone. James Cook. Touchdown Orbits. Touchdown number 9 for the year.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their second possession.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. They're trying to pin him deep. They'll take this from the 3. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Blues offense ready for their second possession. They were forced to punt the first time through. It led to a touchdown, so down 7-0 as they get the ball back for 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll work this past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Christian Benford brings him down. Here's a 2nd and 9. Once again, it's Jacobs. It's a pickup of about 3 to the 28-yard line. 3rd and 6. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. Oh, he coughs up the football. The defense has got it. And there it is. The defense comes up with the big play, forcing the fumble as they get their offense right back on the field. Coming up, Greg, with a big turnover.
Taking the ball away, Mike, has really become an art form in the NFL. Some teams are good at it, some teams not so much. But in this case, great job by the defense taking that one away.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Burrow. That is brought in at the 10. And he's very close to a touchdown. They mark him just shy of the goal line.
This is a tale as old as time, Mike. It seems that anytime a team forces a takeaway, fumble, or interception, the ensuing drive starts with a shot.
And he'll just get up inside those big bodies up front, and he's in. James Cook, touchdown Orbits. He had the touchdown catch earlier. This time he takes it in on the ground. Greg, they take advantage of the good field position and move it downfield for the score.
When you take the field as an offense, there's a little added confidence boost, Mike, when you see yourself this close to the end zone. You get into the huddle, you're anxious to see what the next couple plays are. They're able to take advantage and end up punching it in.
So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. This returnable from the 4. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Blues offense headed back to take over once more. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. That one on target to Watson. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Now Goff gonna hold on to it. Not much there, maybe a yard.
Nice job by the defense. They had that one well read from the beginning, Mike. Someone's responsible for the running back, but the key here was the defender responsible for the quarterback. Stays with him, keeps him to a short gain.
And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. Goff going to throw here on 1st and 10. That complete to Jacobs. That's 13 more on that play. And quickly, another first down. From the gun, it's Goff. That is caught at the 3. And he'll be taken down.
It's so early in the game, you have to be careful now as coaches and players that you don't find yourself trailing early and get out of your game plan. There is so much time left. Stick to it.
He slams it in there, and he is in. Josh Jacobs, touchdown Blues. Greg, we better tie those shoelaces tight. We could be in for a track meet. Great start on offense in this one.
Yeah, certainly has, Mike. And I think the biggest thing for this offense is how they've bounced back to some early adversity. They found themselves trailing here in the first quarter, and they cut into that lead. I got a feeling this thing's going to go back and forth, and we're going to have some fireworks ahead of us.
So out is Coop. He'll kick this one away after the touchdown. Here comes a return from the 5. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The Orbits offense and running back James Cook making their way out. And he's been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers here in the first half. This defense will need to find a way to key in on him because he's eating them up right now. And he will not get away. Terrific open field tackle. Gets him down behind the line.
I think this play is a direct result of his film study. He knew exactly where that ball was going before the play was snapped. And that play recognition, man, it separates a lot of guys in this league and results in a negative play. That quarterback called that play in the huddle. That ball was only going to one guy. He was the first read, the second read, and the check down, and it was called to perfection. They got the perfect look and led to a nice game.
A pickup of 12 yards, and that will be a first down.
We've seen third down really turn into a pass-happy down throughout the league, and I think this is an example of the play caller kind of using that to his advantage. Keep the defense off guard, keeps the ball on the ground, extend this possession.
And this time they are ready for him. He'll be thrown for a loss. No big gain that carry. It's second down.
Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming, and he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
Second down, Burrow. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throwaway.
Just another example of poor decision-making. I mean, making a bad play even worse. There's nothing there on second down. Just throw the ball into the stands and move on to third. Now you take that sack, and it's going to take a miracle to stay on the field.
What a letdown for the defense. They allow a conversion on 3rd and 16.
You know this defense worked all week defending this quarterback as a scrambler, as a runner. But sometimes it's just hard to simulate until you see him in real life. His speed, his ability to create. We saw him get him here early on a big scramble. He's able to pick up the first down and keep the drive alive.
On 1st and 10, Burrow. He'll find his running back, Cook. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. They'll come up on a second down and 8. One quarter in the books. 14-7 is our score. And EA Sports NFL Sunday returns after this. Second down and 8. Throwing is Burrow. There's a throw right side. It's going to be incomplete. Troy Franklin, the intended target. And it'll be third down. Burrow from out of the gun here on third down. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes.
Just a great individual effort, and when you have a guy that can win his one-on-one matchups, now it becomes less about who's blocking him and how do we block him. Expect the offense to make some adjustments because right now, one-on-one, this defender is going to win every time. And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
This will be returned from the 6. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Blues offense running back Josh Jacobs heading back on the field. They find themselves down 17-7 as this drive starts 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And a good piece of running there. He'll get about 9 yards past the 35-yard line. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Quick throw on the RPO, caught by Coleman out wide. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down. On play action, Goff. He'll let this go for Pickens. That'll be batted away. Incomplete. Coverage very strong defensively. It's 2nd down. Back to the air, it's Goff. He bought as much time as he could, but he will finally be taken down.
Outside of a turnover, this was probably the worst-case scenario. Immediate pressure in his face with nowhere to go with the ball downfield. Just get the ball out of your hand. Live to play another down. Instead, he retreats backwards and leads to a massive loss.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Here's Goff. Here's a screen taken in by Jacobs. And they were hoping for a little more on that one. Brought down well short of the first, so it'll bring up 4th down. Here's Jack Fox now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Now, fair catch called, and he's going to take it out beyond the 25-yard line. The Orbits offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. As we check the league leaders in passing yards, you can see he is right up there among the best in the NFL. On 1st down, Burrow. The throw on the run is complete. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line.
Nice way to start the drive here. Really good protection by the guys up front. Good decision by the quarterback to find his read. Ball's accurate, ball's on time. Now they're able to start this drive and get on the move the right way.
And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. They go play action for Burrow. He'll tuck it and take off.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. Little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
To the left side, into the hands of Franklin. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. We'll go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. On the carry, it's Cook. Not much happening there, just a short gain. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll keep it on the ground with Cook. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground. Like, there was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
He'll try and get there on the ground. And he slides and covers up at the end, avoids the hit, and picked up decent yardage along the way.
And that's a great job defensively here on 3rd down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the first down.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Orbits add on to their lead.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
From the 6, here comes a return. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Blues offense about ready to take over once more. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. Throwing here is Goff. That's to the first tight end taken back in April. It's Brock Bowers. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield. On the handoff, this is Jacobs. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down. Play clock down to 0. That's going to be a delay. On 2nd down, Goff. He'll get that complete. It's George Pickens. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
Quarterback and the receiver, they're going to get the stats, right, Mike? They're going to get the completion. They're going to get the reception. But I want to talk about the guys up front. When you allow your quarterback to hold the ball this long, I don't care who they are on defense, you just can't guard people for this amount of time.
On 1st and 10, here comes Jacobs. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. Goff. That's complete, left side to Pickens. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Now Goff. This one complete. Right side, it's Watson. And he's going to be taken down.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's for...
And he will fight his way to the end zone. Josh Jacobs. Touchdown, Blues. So that's his 2nd touchdown of this one. and he's got a half dozen for the year. What a standout performance early on in this one. That his second rushing touchdown of the game.
And some backs, Mike, they just have a sense of finding the end zone and being able to finish off these runs. That's exactly what this guy has been able to do today, and we're just getting started.
Koo able to add the extra point. And the Blues are back within 6. So out is Koo. He'll kick this one away after the touchdown. The return starts from the 5. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The visitors' offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And this defense has to be searching for answers right now. It's been his ability to make plays on the ground here in the first half that has really given them fits. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. So, 2 minutes to play in a back-and-forth first half. Greg and I continue in just a moment. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. And this defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
Give him 11 on the scramble and give them a new set of downs.
And that just can't happen. 3rd and long, just understand, contain the ball, rally tackle, just get the ball carrier on the ground. Not only not able to get to him inside the pocket, he's able to extend the play with his legs and pick up a huge, long first down.
They face 2nd down and 7. Burrow to throw. And that ball in and out of his hands. It is incomplete. Might tell you after the game he should have come up with that one. He doesn't, and now 3rd down comes up. Working out of the gun, Burrow. He'll try to run for it. And Burrow not going to take any chances. Slides to a stop after picking up the 1st down. Now another timeout called by this offense. They have 1 remaining. Clock will stop with 33 seconds to go until halftime. Set to go now on 1st and 10. To throw is Burrow. And the quarterback scrambling, maneuvers his way back to the line of scrimmage, but that's all he can get out of that one. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Burrow. A throw over the middle, going to be caught by Franklin. Looking to convert for the 3rd time on this drive. They'll need another here. It's 3rd and 2. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half.
Really nice job with the protection up front. It just nobody could get open downfield, so it's a combination of your offensive weapons have to do a better job taking advantage of that time to work and separate. But also, how impressive is that by that defense to be able to cover for that amount of time?
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. More from you and Greg in a moment. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here in what's already been an eventful afternoon of football. Next, we head off to check out another game. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. We saw some strong work from James Cook in that first half. He found the end zone twice, once on the ground and once in the passing game, as he proved he's anything but a one-dimensional running back. We saw a couple of high-octane offenses getting it done in the first half. Both teams had no problems moving the football. And you'd have to think, the team whose defense shows up in the second half is going to be the one who walks out of here with a victory.
Changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The home team's offense ready to take over possession of the football. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast.
And they are not going to catch up to him. He will score. 70 yards. It is a touchdown. 3 touchdowns in this one. He now has 7 for the year. Well, that is a quick drive and the best way to finish it. The touchdown pass downfield. Greg, you rarely see a deep shot like that to start a drive.
You're right, Mike. We don't see it a lot, but I wish we did. It's actually the most efficient and safest down to pass the ball. And in this case, the defense is thinking run, got a lot of defenders up in the box, and they're able to strike deep with a pass play for 6.
So out is Coop. He'll kick this one away after the touchdown. This will be returned from the 6. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The visitors' offense ready for their first possession of this second half. The lead is 2, and they're going to try to make something happen here, starting with a 1st and 10.
Really nice timing on that slant route. You can tell the quarterback and the wide receiver are completely on the same page, and when executed at that level, it's virtually impossible to stop.
Play action now. It's Burrow. He keeps it himself. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line.
We've seen this quarterback have some effective plays with his legs all game today, Mike. He knows when to stay in there and look to pass, but he also knows when it's time to tuck it and go, and he's able to pick up good yardage there.
1st and 10. On the handoff, Johnson is running right. And he's not going to get away. They're going to bring him down on the other side of midfield. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. Burrow here on 2nd down. He's going to run it. And he'll gain yardage and able to get down at the end of the play. Here comes 3rd and 6. Now, Burrow. Nowhere to get away, and he's going to go down.
Sometimes you just have to know when the play is over and live to play another down. He has pressure coming right at him, and instead of just throwing the ball away, he tries to escape, he tries to get creative, and he ends up losing a lot more yards than he should have.
The Orbit's about to send this one into orbit. The punt for the 2nd time, looking to pin the opponent back deep. And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. The home team's offense and Jared Goff set to go to work once more. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a first down. A pickup of 9. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40.
2nd and short. Normally, this is a great time, Mike, to put the ball in the air and try to press the ball downfield. But in this case, they keep it on the ground. Has a similar effect. They pick up a good gain and a first down.
Here's Jacobs. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. 2nd and 7. A run up the middle with Jacobs. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
Well, here he is just taking over this drive from the running back spot. And frankly, Mike, any time the secondary and defensive backs are making a lot of tackles downfield, you know the offensive line's doing their job up front, and we can see the results.
And they're going to get to him and take him down, take it back to the other side of midfield.
And now we're seeing the game kind of go back and forth. Each team trading blows, trying to establish control over the other. Nice chunk play on the previous play. The defense responds back with a sack, and we're going to see which team can establish a little bit more of this control as the game unfolds.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. That's complete to Coleman. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Goff. Now a loose football. And this is taken in by the defense. How about the defense getting to the quarterback, getting access to the ball, knocking it free, and coming up with the recovery?
I'd like to see the quarterback just be a little more secure with the ball, Mike. You can see he's just a little loose, especially when you're operating from the pocket. But give credit to the defender. Nice job attacking the ball, knocking it loose and recovering it, and that is a big takeaway here by this defense.
The visitors' offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They've got the lead, and they'll set forth trying to build on it. They're going to do that with excellent field position. A first down throw for Burrow. He'll find his running back, Cook. And he's not going to be able to get away. Very good coverage on the perimeter. It goes down as a loss of yards. So after the loss on first, here's 2nd and 14. Burrow. He'll get that complete to Franklin. And he'll be very close to a first down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot. Burrow from out of the gun here on 3rd down. Short pass taken in by the tight end.
This is a great example of where just having situational awareness is so critical in the huddle. When every one of those receivers, Mike, breaks the huddle and go line up, they've got to know where that first down marker is. If your route calls, get by it, secure the catch, and bring up a fresh set of downs.
And he'll be taken down.
Sudden change. So you find yourself defensively a little bit on your heels. Your offense just turned the ball over, and now you've got to go out and make a stand. Well, so far this offense has moved the ball pretty quickly, but can they dig in and at least force a field goal?
They'll go big. 3 tight ends in the formation for 1st and goal. Now Burrow on the bootleg. It is brought in the end zone. Terry McLaurin Touchdown orbits. Tight spaces down there. Things happen quick. Greg, a quick decision and great execution for the score.
You're exactly right, Mike. Down here this close to the goal line, everybody's clock has to speed up. Not only the quarterback processing to get the ball out of his hand, but you have to win as a receiver quickly and give the quarterback somewhere to go with the ball. It was that quickness at the line of scrimmage that led to that touchdown.
So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. From the 6, here comes a return. A good return as he takes it across the 30. The home team's offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And it's been a struggle all afternoon. The defense done a great job taking him away from his game, taking his weapons away, and he is yet to find anything to lean on in this one. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Here's a zone read to start the drive. And nothing doing on that one. He'll go down behind the line.
The key to running the read option, Mike, is that the timing has to be just right. If it's too slow getting going, a lot of the times defenders can get in the backfield and cause havoc, and that's exactly what happened here.
And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard.
They went to the design quarterback run, and there just wasn't a lot of space for the quarterback to operate. You can see him kind of waiting for some of the blocks to develop. Never transpired. Didn't get a whole lot going. Short game.
And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
And the big guys up front in the offensive line just continue to not be on the same page. And we've seen it time and time again here today. This pass rush remains one step ahead of them, and it's the quarterback who continues to pay the price.
On comes the Blues punter, as he'll hit this from just outside of his own goal line. This returnable from inside his own 40. And he'll be brought down. Short return, and they'll take over there. So now, out comes the offense, led by their quarterback as they take over once again. And we run you through the highlights here. It has been a very big performance from the quarterback position, instrumental in leading and executing, and now trying to finish strong and take his team to the finish line. On 1st down, Burrow. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. 2nd down and 3. To throw is Burrow. That pass taken in by McLaurin. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8. They go play action for Burrow. And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down. And after missing half the season last year, Joe Burrow is having trouble down there. On 2nd down, Cook has some room inside the 30. And he'll be taken down at the 25-yard line.
This is where you have to be careful, Mike. You find yourself winning in the 2nd half. Human instinct says, all right, let's just sit on the ball and protect the lead and let the clock run out. You can't do that. Stay aggressive. Do what got you here. Continue to mix the run with the pass. Keep your foot on the gas and try to extend this lead.
So, both teams trade touchdowns in that frame as we get through the end of the 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. He'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Shotgun now for Jones. The 2nd down throw is incomplete.
Just a little bit too much juice on that one, and you just can't throw the ball out of bounds. Give your receiver a chance to go up and compete for the ball, but when you miss that far wide, he's got no shot.
He's going to be brought down very close to that line to gain. They're going to mark him just a bit short, and now it's 4th down.
So when you're evaluating the impact of a team's run game, Mike, I think it's important at the end of the game to look back and say, okay, how many yards did they run for? But more importantly, when did those yards come? Did I run for those yards in the 4th quarter, which typically means I had to lead? That's the sign of a successful run game, as opposed to getting a lot of meaningless yards early in the game. You know, more often than not in the NFL, games are won based on who wins critical downs. Well, that 4th down attempt right there was exactly that, and this defense came up huge for a big-time 4th down stop.
Now give to Jacobs. He'll run right, and that's good run support on the edge. Nice tackle out wide. That'll hold him to a gain of 2. On 2nd down, Goff. That is caught downfield by Pickens. And what an effort after the catch. He goes all the way. 82 yards for the touchdown. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
Koo able to add the extra point, and the Blues will cut it to a 2-point lead. So the lead is down to just 2 now in the 4th quarter as they kick it off. This one taken at the 7. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Orbits offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And it's hard to believe you can run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, the stats. It has all been on display throughout. Off he goes. Jones into the slide, protects himself, and picks up the 1st down. Taking advantage of the room to run, a gain of 19 on the scramble. On play action, it's Jones. Open man downfield, it's Franklin. 6 catches for him in the ball game now, and this one's good for a 1st down.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the 4th quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative. Just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
They'll run straight ahead with Cook. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
And this running game has really been rolling, Mike, all game long. The holes, the run lanes, they've been there consistently. Here's another nice run as they look to put this game away.
Once again, it's Cook. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. From the gun, it's Jones. To the left side, into the hands of Franklin. And he's going to be taken down.
Big-time completion right there, and this isn't just a spot where they're trying to run the game out here in the fourth quarter. They were not only trying to pick up points, but they're trying to get in the end zone and extend this.
That is caught by the tight end. Touchdown, Orbits. And hold on to that football, young man. That's a keeper. His first NFL touchdown. Greg, that's the way to handle it. Up one, go down the field, get the touchdown, and extend the lead to 7.
Mike, the key for this offense is they were at their best when their best was needed. Being able to extend this lead late in the fourth quarter, they've got to be feeling pretty good about where things stand to close this game out.
The extra point by Aubrey is good. And the Orbits will make it a 2-score game as they are now up 9. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. A return now from the 4. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. Not much to speak of on that one, maybe a gain of a yard. It's second down. Now Goff. That's the veteran, Mercedes Lewis. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. 3rd and a yard. We'll try to run it here with Jacobs. And that'll keep the drive going. He's got the first down, up past the 40-yard line.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the first down.
Not much develops there. He'll get this to about the 43. A second down throw for Goff. Got a man over the middle. It's Pickens. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
And they bring them down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Jacobs. And he'll get about 5. Throwing on second down. Goff. That's over the middle, but it's incomplete. Trying to get it to his tight end, Brock Bowers. And now it's going to be 3rd down. Now Jacobs. So here comes Legaue in a pressure spot. This to get back to a 1-possession game. And this one right down the middle. It's good. And they are indeed back within 1 score.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, You don't feel very good about coming away with field goals, but in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The visitors' offense and their running back set to go once more. They work with a 6-point advantage as they start this drive on 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Cook to start this drive, and he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. They'll keep it on the ground with Cook. And his momentum completely stopped there. Picked up, thrown down for a loss.
You know at this point, the defense has to sell out and stop the run. You know exactly what the offense is trying to get accomplished by keeping the ball on the ground. But now the question remains, are they willing to take some risk here and put the ball in the air on 3rd down? Or do they play it safe and keep running the clock by keeping the ball on the ground?
He'll try and get there on the ground. And he's going to be out of bounds as the clock will stop. It would have stopped anyway as we've hit the 2-minute warning. So from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Cook. Not much there, maybe a yard. And now we're going to timeout by the defense. So the clock stops with 1:50 left in the game. Here's a 2nd and 9. Here's a handoff to Cook. And a good run there on 2nd down. A pickup of 7. It'll bring up 3rd and 3. We'll try and run here with Cook. Now this defense will use a 3rd and final timeout as they'll discuss what's to come as 4th down is looming. They will get away from that one, and they're going to have tremendous field position. This ball hits and goes out of bounds. Here is 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. That's complete left side to Pickens. And he's taken down up past the 35. They have time to work with, but they have no timeouts. It's 1st and 10. He'll push this one downfield for Bowers. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Off the play fake, here's Goff. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down. Here's Goff. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down. They'll go for it. Here's Goff. And that is incomplete. They had their chance. They took it there. Look, they're trailing late. Got to let it fly. This will wind up a turnover on downs. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. So it's a win for our visitors. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, they got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did, and that was the difference in this one. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. So long, everybody.